Sereetsi and the Natives, a trailblazing force in the world music scene, infusing traditional Tswana sounds with modern flair. With a distinctive four-string folk guitar at its core, this innovative ensemble has captivated audiences worldwide, earning numerous accolades, including 4 prestigious Botswana Music Awards. As a pioneering figure in Botswana's cultural landscape, Sereetsi continues to break boundaries, boasting an impressive international performance portfolio. And the artist now joins us now in studio to talk about his journey in the music. Sereetsi, very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Sereetsi, what's so fascinating about you is that, one thing perhaps that sets you apart from other Tswana folk artists is that you manage to blend, Tswana traditional sounds with modern flair. How did you manage to balance those two?
Oh yeah, I love all music. That's the first thing. I'm a student of music. I love traditional music. I love folk music, and I love all of music. So for me, it's a no-brainer that when it came time to put together my own music, Sereetsi The Natives sound, all those elements had to be in the mix.
When you say you are a student of music, are you studying music currently?
No, not formally.
Not formally? Not
formally, okay. But I do study the music.
And how did you choose the guitar as your core instrument? Because I suppose you were born a musician, and you've been a musician all your life, even though you didn't go professional. You only went professional at some point. But how did you choose guitar as your core instrument?
I loved the sound of the guitar. And for me, I played other instruments. I've played drums, I've played bass and bands before. But when it came time for me to work on the Sereetsi and the native sound and aesthetic, I remembered, the sounds that really moved me when I was a kid. And that was the sound of the 4-string guitar, because that is my first experience of live music. We had this folk guitarist who were playing around my neighborhood, when I was a kid, and they were playing the 4-string folk guitar. And for me, it was easier to say, you know what, I think I need to go back where it started for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you never look back. I mean, you've earned so many accolades, including the Botswana Music Awards. Would you say that such an accolade cemented your already established portfolio or your already established legacy, or it sort of set the tone for your musical greatness?
Yes, in many ways. But it also sought to, in a way, just affirm what I was doing, and just to say, you know what, keep going, you're on the right path.
Yeah. Now, as a pioneering figure in Botswana's music landscape, what legacy are you hoping to earmark or to leave behind?
I hope that when I'm done, that the newer generations would appreciate that it's important to start, from where you are. It's very important that your music, the foundation of it, or whatever that we do as a people, that we not cast away, our foundations as a people, because we've come from far, as people. So we need to learn about our traditions, learn about our institutions, our social institutions, because they brought us this far, So we don't need to start from scratch. And I believe that when you start from that base, then you are able to have a competitive advantage, because you are bringing something that the world doesn't have. You can bring in other elements because you are living today, but the basis for me, the foundation should be, your heritage.
Yeah. It's quite interesting that you say when you're done. A musician doesn't retire. You're a musician for life, Chief.
When I'm done, I mean when I'm gone. And probably I'll be singing wherever I'll be.
Wherever, yeah. And you've also performed internationally at diverse audiences. So how did that experience shape, the way you are, like the music artist that you are today?
Oh yeah, performing for international audiences is always a beautiful thing. It also helps you to stay believing. For somebody like me who sings in Tswana, you get to see the power of music, that indeed this is a universal language. It's not necessarily about people really understanding what you are singing, in terms of your language. But it's also the beauty of a language, because Tswana, for instance, is a very tonal language. So there's music embedded already in the language itself. So for me, that kind of affirmed my belief that, you know what, just sing in your mother tongue, sing in the language that you are most comfortable in, because music is just a feeling, you know. If they feel it, they'll move with it.
If they feel it, they'll move with it. I like that. And let's talk about the evolution of music, in particular folk music. What do you make of blending modern influences to traditional music? Do you think, that's an expression of people's or artists' creative flair? Or do you think folk music should be left as it is, without compromising the core essence of folk music?
What I believe is that it's very important that we have the traditionalists, those who stay, who attempt to stay very pure to what folk music is, as they received it from those who came before them, right? Okay. But I think it's also very important that we have others who take it as it is and then just try to tweak it a little bit so that it speaks to the times. You know, I think that is very important, because we may argue that even folk music, those that we received from, they also, you know, added their thumbprint to it, you know, for it to be relevant to their time, you know. So for me, it's very important that I do that, because we are also looking for newer audiences.
Oh, yes.
You know, so the balance, you know, the thing for me will be the balance. How do you bring in newer elements but still retain the essence, you know, the very essence of, you know, the heritage.
You know what? Let's talk and more music. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Great stuff. We've just spoken to Sereetsi and the Natives, who continues to break boundaries, boasting an impressive international performance portfolio. My good sir, the stage is yours. Take it away.
Anyadisa etumwe ay rapale na man